Hey, what's up guys? So before this video starts, I just want to let you know we have picked a winner for the Rogue sand tires. We do have a winner. He has been contacted. Unfortunately, it's been 3 weeks and I haven't heard from him yet. So I'm going to give him another 7 days and then we are going to draw another winner. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Now let's get into it. Hey, what's up? Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're in the truck. We've got Cleetus' car on the trailer. We've got the guys out here from Rogue Sand Tires, and we are going to show you guys how to properly break in and harden a set of Rogues. I know you guys, some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. Cleetus did have a couple of paddles fly off this car, and I attribute that to being my fault. I didn't tell him what to do, and I should have set the car up before he left, but I literally mounted those paddle tires like an hour before he got here. So we're going to take you along with us today, show you how to properly break in a set of Rogues and harden them. We're on our way to the shop. We're just about there now, and we're going to get the brand new Rogues on here. We're going from a 14 paddle to a 16 paddle, so you thought this thing wheelied good before. Wait till you see it now. Here we go, guys. So we're just pulling in now, and I got a phone call saying that a big rig got hit by the train here. So we're gonna roll up here slow and see what's going on. This is really sketchy for us because we camp literally right on the other side of these tracks where our shop is, and we're always afraid of somebody flying over these tracks and something bad happening, but holy crap, this does not look good, boys. Train versus big rig, and it looks like that big rig's a car hauler, and the car that was on top is gone, and I think it's laying on the tracks. Insane, boys. All right, see what happens when I'm gonna get up a little closer.
Check this out. Semi train hit the semi. Look at the parts. Wow, this ain't good. The guy's okay though. Everything's destroyed. There's the radiator. A little bit of a Momo.
I see the paramedics out there. They did tell me that the guy was okay. Holy moly. Train versus the whole front of that truck's missing. Guys, I don't know if you know this or not too, there's been several fatalities right here in this area, right on these tracks. There's some memorials out here for some kids that were killed quite a few years back, crossing the tracks. Yeah, this is pretty dangerous here, dangerous area. Moving. Holy shit. Oh yeah. Wow, before they get that thing off the tracks. All right, so we're gonna walk over here and check this out. Holy mackerel. This is crazy.
That is insanity. He goes, Mr. George, you can't park there. You can't park there.
Whoa.
You can't park there.
Look at the turbo. When we pulled up, it was freaking smoking.
Dude, it ripped the turbo right off the motor of the truck.
Oh, front.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
This one is.
Mr. George, the new guy.
He's no good. You can't park there. Dang. Man. Knock the seats out of this car.
Paddle issues, where he ripped some paddles off, and we're going to talk about that. The guys from Rogue are bringing out a new set of tires. These are a 14 paddle, and I think we are going to move up to a 16 or 18 paddle, and it's going to be what they call their big boy, a little taller, a little wider. All right, boys, well, we're out here with the guys from Rogue Tires today. We are going to talk to you guys about these paddles. We switched from a 14 to a 16 paddle, and we're going to talk to you guys about how to break these tires in properly, how to I call it heat treating them, and then we're going to talk a little bit of science too when Scott gets over here. But we're going to jam out to Ol's and put some heat cycles in these tires where it's a little softer, and we'll go from there. To Ol's today. We got the guys from Rogue Sand Tires out here, like I said earlier. We just took a little ride over here, heat cycling the tires, got a little bit of heat into them so far, and we're going to talk a little bit more in a few minutes about the hardening process and the break-in process. So we'll jump to that in just a few minutes, and yeah guys, we're out at the hill. All right guys, so this is Scott from Rogue Tires. He's the owner. He's going to talk to us a little bit about the break-in procedure on these Rogue Desperados and what it takes to do the proper hardening procedure. So go ahead, Scott. Let's talk about it.
So there's a thing called work hardening rubber. And what that means is the polymers in the rubber, as they flex, the rubber actually becomes stronger. And then it'll build heat when you're out here in the dunes, and it releases the gas that's caught in the raw rubber.
Right, we did talk about off-gassing a few minutes ago, so that is something that we need to take into consideration when you're breaking these tires. You can't just put them on the car, put them at 25 pounds, and then let them, just let them eat, because it's just going to destroy them. Yeah. And like I said earlier, Cleetus definitely did rip 3 paddles off of one of these tires. Again, I attribute that to being my fault, because I just put like 25 pounds in them and I let them go without treating the tires or hardening them first. So that's kind of what we're talking about now.
Yeah, so they have to go through multiple heat cycles. It might take 2 or 3 days to get it broke in, and then they're going to become a lot stronger.
Right, so kind of what we're getting at is, guys, when you put these tires on your car, don't just go let them eat. Go out in the dunes and go duning, let them get hot, get to where you're going, hang out for a little while, let them cool down, heat cycle them 4 or 5 times your first day or 2. And that'll definitely let the rubber off gas, and it'll definitely harden it, and it helps, these are vulcanized on, so it helps them adhere even better. There's a lot of leverage, there's a lot of force trying to rip this thing right off the tire, and they do everything they can to try to keep them on. Now this is the new big boy paddle, right?
Correct.
So this is a 16 paddle, and is it taller?
It is taller.
This one is taller. So look at that scoop, boys. And instead of 14 paddles, we went with 16. This thing will definitely be a wheelie machine. Anything else you want to add, Scott?
Just thanks for buying our tires.
Heck yeah. Guys, let's rope. I'm more than sure this is going to be plenty of paddle to send the front end of this car straight up in the air. So here we go, boys. These are much different than a molded tire. I also want to talk about tire pressure with these things. These guys had the distinct privilege of hanging out at Glamis Fab all day yesterday, all the guys from Rogue. And what kind of tire pressures were you guys seeing from customers?
Below 5.
Below 5 pounds in their paddles.
And the front.
And in the fronts.
Bad
So
maintenance.
Rogues, we run them 20 pounds. That's kind of ideal for this tire, right?
On the sand car, we run them at 20.
Yep.
Side by side's 15.
And then what about the fronts?
The front's anywhere from 15 to 20.
Anywhere from 15 to 20?
Right. The reason we say that, what happens is the tire shape is round, but if there's no air pressure, when it goes to the bottom, it goes flat.
Right.
So the tire is going like this, and actually the cords are made like this, and so they're going like this all the
Got
time
it.
on the inside of the tire. We could take the tire off and we could see it kind of looks like a wash rag or something that the tire's been run flat. And what that does is it makes it so the paddle doesn't want to stick because there's nothing good to stick to. And you'll start to get a little small crack, and then the sand just gets in there and takes it off.
Right. So when you this tire starts to air down, instead of it being rounded here on the edges, this surface area is going to flatten out. And then this is going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, kind of like bending 2 pieces of metal together and trying to break it. So it's going to do the same thing to this paddle. So tire pressure is very important. Definitely very important.
Your car's gonna work better.
Definitely. I've always loved a little bit more air pressure in the back. It allows me to slide the car around when I want to, and the tires dig when you want them to.
It helps the shocks work better.
Yes.
They're not fighting against each other.
And then one more thing. Let's talk about weight. How much lighter is this than, say, another brand's paddle tire?
About 20 pounds.
So you're taking 20 pounds off of each corner in the back of this car. So 40 pounds of rotational mass off the back of the car, and probably
60, 70 pounds off the front.
wow, that's a lot of rotational mass taken off of this car. I know there was a lot of comments, you guys, about this car and, you know, the paddles flinging off, and yeah, this car would really wheelie if it had a better paddle on it or had a real tire on it. I'm going to drop some video in here of this car.
There you go, son. There you go. Awesome.
But this car, you guys don't know it, but this is a combo spindle car, and this is a stub axle car in the rear. This is not a midboard car, not a 2-inch hollow car, not yet anyway. So the fact that we took all that rotational mass off of this car is probably what keeps it from breaking, because this thing's already been through 2 wheel bearings in the rear on the old tires. Plus the old tires were really wide and they rubbed the control arm. So I'm definitely going to be switching this car to midboards and 2-inch hollows when I get the okay from old Cleet, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. We just want to make this thing strong enough for him to beat on and it not break.
He was wheeling it over and over and over and over.
We just want to make sure that we have no more issues with these paddles coming off, because so that's actually why we're out here, guys. We're pre-hardening these tires now, so when he does come back out here, we have 0 issues with them. So, and again, this is not just a road problem, it's an all paddle tire. Like you were saying, how many times have we seen people coming back from Boardmanville with paddle tires? That road to Boardmanville is hard packed and graded. And then you cross over the highway. You know, it just...
You see people in camp areas doing 60, 70 miles an hour on the hard pack.
Yes.
If your motorhome can drive on it and not get stuck, it's fucking hard underneath that.
Right, and it's going to destroy. Doesn't matter if it's a Rogue, an STU, Sandblaster, whatever, any tire. It's going to rip those paddles to shreds. Paddles are for the dunes. Can they withstand some hard pack stuff? Yes. Is it ideal? Absolutely not. What you did when you give them the tire.
Yeah, we can tell if it's been ran on the hard pack. We can tell if it's been ran flat.
Right.
And as long as the tire is good, we could cut this off and put a new one on.
Right, and they're more than happy to do that.
The tire's destroyed, then you have to buy a new tire.
Right. So, and they're more than happy to do that if it's a manufacturing defect with the tire.
Yeah, and we'll even do it if it's not a manufacturing defect.
So, and they're more than happy to do that if it's a manufacturing defect with the tire.
Yeah, and we'll even do it if it's not a manufacturing defect. Sometimes in the vulcanization process, it's very technical, and there's a lot of issues.
Oh, right. We talked about humidity earlier.
Humidity, too much heat. We're in a controlled environment, and still, sometimes it gets too warm in there from running all the machines.
Right.
That we have to stop working for the day. But what happens, and we can tell, and we catch 99% of them, is the rubber won't cook right. And we'll mark that paddle as it comes out of the mold, and we cut it off and put another one.
At least, if you guys have a problem with a Rogue tire, just contact these guys. They will definitely take care of you. Yeah, so as you saw from that clip, this thing just wheelies on command. That's like nothing. It's effortless for this car to pick the front end up. These 16 paddles, I think, are definitely going to do the trick. The 14s worked great, but I think we wanted to give a little bit more grip for old Cleet because he likes the wheelies. So I think they're going to do good. I want to say thanks to Scott and all the guys from Rogue Tires. Really appreciate you guys. And that's it, guys. We're going to get Cleet's car back over to the shop, get it cleaned up and put away for the season, and we'll see him out here next year. All right, guys. Well, we're back. Made a quick little rip back from the hill down Sand Highway. I think these things are now broken in the way they should be. Made a couple passes up and down the hill, did a few wheelies, and everything looks great. Car's a little worse for the wear because I came through the mud over here, but we'll get her cleaned up when I get her home and put away for the season and ready for old Cleet. Once again, definitely want to thank the guys at Rogue Sand Tires for all that they do for me. Whenever I need a tire for any of my boys' cars, they definitely take care of me, and for my own car as well. We are a Rogue dealer. We do sell them out here at Glamis Fab. But check it out, boys. Old Cleetus car, ready to rip. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give us a like and a subscribe, and we will see you guys out in Glamis.